What's going on, guys? We're back with another replay analysis, this time of Nico. He is a Rising Star Division 5, he says. This was a 3v3 standard game. His goal is to get to champion, you know, which is a nice goal to have. But he's just at the blue ranks just now, and he got this replay analyzed by going to patreon.com/Gibbs00. You can check out the tiers there. There's a $20 replay tier. I save it for only max a month, because of, time restraints and all that stuff. But people rotate in and out off the tier all throughout the month, so keep checking in if they're sold out. This replay, he also said, was a little bit laggy, but I went through it. It didn't look terrible, so we're going to use it. It does get jittery here or there, but it's not the end of the world. So let's get right into it for Nico. He said he's very inconsistent and is trying to get more consistent. Feels like he plays the game decently well. He said, but this was one of his worst games. He has told me, and he's like, yeah, I want to learn from my mistakes. So, started off. So this play right here, actually, this clear worked pretty well. Usually, like, this one's a little dangerous. Right when he's about to clear this, so he can see Beardy is on the left, so that'd be that way. Oh, wait, my camera's actually the correct way now. No, it's not. Never mind. This way. He's up there, kind of. Whatever. Anyway, Beardy's on the left. He can't see the player on the right, so he knows middle's pretty open, so he tries to just throw it down the middle. So this is a good play. Like, you want to throw it into wide open space. It makes them both retreat and just hit it to the side. And it gets, like, the win for his team, and now they keep ball control for a little bit. Here, that was good clear. He was the second man on rotation here, but this is what you should be doing. Like, if it's a worse clear, he has it. If it's a better clear, third man on rotation comes up and makes the play while he rotates behind him. That's just, like, textbook play right there. So good clears, good rotations around. This hit's a little poor. He kind of hits it right back to him. He could have tried to speed up. Maybe he had no boost. I think he was trying to lightly tap into himself. It just didn't really work out. Just got to be a little careful on those. But it's in the corner, so they still have to make a pass and then a shot. So it's not the end of the world. This play right here. Let's go back. Okay, so they get a bad hit here. Beardy trying for the dribble doesn't really work, so just clear out. That's fine. Just trying to get rid of it. This is a little dangerous. Like, he jumps a little too far, like, underneath this. He gets a little too excited. He grabbed boost. At this point, just turn around. Like, he doesn't really have the play. It's really pointless to jump. And he flips here, which is actually really bad. When you jump and you notice that you can't hit it, don't bother flipping. Because once you flip, then you're royally fucked. Because then you're out of play a little bit more. He didn't get that high, though, in the air, so it didn't affect it too much. But just be careful. When you jump and notice that you can't make a play, just, you know, just save your second jump, land, and try and turn around as quick as possible. Mistakes happen. Here gets a clear from Deagle. Deagle, like, this is actually a poor clear from Deagle. He shouldn't have thrown it to his teammates. So this is what I'm talking about, trying to throw it to open space or teammates on clears. Here, right away, he sees that Nico's by himself. He should just lightly pass this up to Nico, just a little bit in front of Nico so Nico can dribble it out. Instead, he just throws it down the center. And once you throw it down the center, like, this is a very easy play for a clear back for, I guess, KD or K-Die. And Nico can't catch up to this ball, so it was a pretty poor clear. It just clears right back. I understand why Nico's going for this challenge. He's the first one up. Makes sense to try for this challenge. He probably should have tried to go a little bit more towards the middle to meet this ball, just a bit. He kind of hovers on the right side, trying to get an angle on the shot. I don't think he saw KD. So that's why he went that way, and, you know, it happens. He tried to challenge anyway, missed it, but that's fine. Like, if you're the first man in rotation, the other two should be able to cover your butts, which they do. And now we're moving forward here. This clear's not fantastic. He jumps a little early and jumps above the ball. He has a little bit of time here. Spitzy is coming, but he jumps way too early on this when Beardy hits this. Like, that's not a high ball. Like, you want to be on the ground as long as you can, and then try and pop the ball up on clears. Instead, he went in the air a little too quick, and that's why he had to, like, drive that ball into the ground, and it turned into a bad clear. But this play, he's on the ground for a while, waits till the ball is, like, above him, flies up into it, gets a really high clear, which is good. His teammate just couldn't follow up. Ooh, Beardy with the long shot, almost a goal here. Let's see what Ravioli's doing here. I think Ravioli kind of in a bad spot. So right here, he sees the clear. He starts moving up, though. Right here, there's two guys in front of him. one's like just off the screen. He should be backing up because this is definitely an orange ball. Like the orange car is waiting for this. This is when you, like as the third man, you should be falling back to your net, waiting for this really long high clear. Instead, he pushes up for some reason. And look at this. There's still 2 players in front of him. And he's almost at midfield as the third man. This is a really poor play. That's why Beardy gets the shot and almost gets the goal. A very poor rotation there. But as we go back to Nico, he's trying to take his time a bit here. Which is good. I would bring this up the wall. But he overdrove it, which is why he has to make up for this play. So he overdrives that a bit. And he's kind of seeing the field. He sees all 3 are over here. As long as he's challenging each of those balls, it's not the end of the world. This center is a little risky, but I do like it. I wish his teammates would have jumped a little sooner, because that's definitely Deagle's ball. So here we'll see. Let's watch Deagle here. He's in net. Right here, he should be jumping, like, in about another split second or 2. And Beardy, he's also on the ground still. See how he still turns more. Still hasn't jumped. Still hasn't jumped. He just jumps now. Beardy's already in the air. Beardy is so much further away from this ball. This should have been an easy win. Instead, it just turns into a 50-50 challenge because he went up way too late. It does help them a bit. They do get the ball out. But you got to react really, really quick to those balls in the air when you can. Here's just a little bit of ball chasing. He thought it was going to be his next hit because, like, Deagle was still landing, which makes sense. And that's what happens when you front flip into positions by gaining speed without boost. Sometimes you get a little out of position. At this point, he has to challenge because he's already up there, so that's fine. It just kind of sucked that Deagle also went. Just got to be careful of those. Smart play here, going up the wall, trying to break up the pass if it came, but it never did. Now people just waiting here, and he should be coming up to the left, grabbing that mid boost, which he does. Good play there, and then play the ball right after. Again, it's fine because he's first man up. Actually, I guess second man. I don't know where Ravioli was going, but and he was playing midfield, which is good. Like as that third man, the orange team was not really behind the ball too great, so he didn't have to worry about a super hard clear out. Plus, like, this is a shot from Deagle, so he wants to move up a little bit in case of a juicy rebound. Like, you want to cheat up just a bit there. Deagle, actually, it's a really poor hit. Like, these are the areas you can't really do. Let me go to Deagle. So right here, he goes up. It's a wide open net for now, but there will be people in net. He just jumps way too high for this. What he does is he doesn't roll backwards to hit it off the back of his car. Instead, since he has to reach so high, he hits it with his wheels, which will always kill the ball. This is why you see a lot of people air roll right away in the air, because you can get a much harder hit from the top side of your car, and that could have just went in. Like, it could have just ricocheted off his car and got by Katie, but instead he hit it with his wheels, and that makes the ball drop, and Katie got a really nice clear because of the bounce clear. And that's what puts Nico out of position here. Not really Nico's fault. This play right here, though, is a little dangerous. Katie's coming at him. I would probably just take this up the wall if you can. It's tough. Like, Katie was right on him. Maybe just try and sit behind the ball a little bit better. But either way, you know, like, that happens sometimes. Like, you're just not going to be in a great position for 50-50. It worked out in the end. He has teammates. And then Deagle just dropping this one home. Like, just gets a nice chip. Like, see these shots right here are just like, that's all you have to do at most levels is just chip the ball up, shoot it for the top half of the net. Like, this shot was not incredibly difficult to save or that fast. Like, Spitzy was moving up. Like, Beardy probably should have had that, but he didn't rotate back to net correctly, and they get a goal, mostly because of the chip. Let's move on here. He's backflipping for boost. That's good. I'm gonna check. Okay, they're all solo players while the other team is all teammates as well. Okay, let's see what happens here. This is not the greatest clear, but the reason why this hit is so poor is because Katie. That's a really big play by Katie. It doesn't matter if you hit that ball or not. The blue player, or Nico, is going to expect Katie to hit it because he went for it. And this kind of screws up his clear. Kind of just hits it out, trying to get more of like a room for breather. But it's not high, it stays low, and that's when Beardy can just take another shot at the net. Luckily, they have Deagle in net, so it worked out. Deagle with a monster clear, very, very solid there. And a really good pass to Ravioli. All three went here. Again, he probably didn't even have to flip there for the shot. So here again, he has to go up in the air. And again, he has to, like, reach really, really high. If he just spins his car, this is probably in. Without the flip. He tries to flip. He actually does get a piece from the side of the car. And just barely misses the angle. But again, if you air roll in the air to make your back of the car, or the top of the car, face the ball, then you can get some good hard hits there. Oh, also, he's using candy corn boost. Well done. Well done. I like it. He tries to aerial again to reach this. He was just aerialing a little too high. Ooh, damn. Like, if he was just aerialing to the side, he would have had it. But it was a really close call. Almost had it. Tough shot, though. Like, he had to fly up really high really quickly. This is also where the double pops actually come into play. If he would have double popped here, he would already be in line with the ball, and then he could just angle his car better. But instead, he uses his roll for the shot. But that's why double pops are really important, to get height extremely quickly. Because if you double pop there, that's probably a much easier shot for him. So if you haven't learned double pops yet, guys, it's something that everyone should be trying to learn. It's very important to getting really good at Rocket League, to getting high as quick as possible. And that's what pretty much all the pros do now. That started happening probably like 4 months ago, where like every single pro started doing it probably, or most of them at least. And it's a really important tactic to use. And that's basically just using your double jump, not as a roll, but as just another pop in the air while you're still flying upwards. And you get a lot of height. Alright, here the ball spills out to him. This is a decent shot. It's not as hard as I would hope for. But I see why he's probably going near post. Because KD's guarding the outside post. I would just put power behind this, though. Like, at this time, like when you have someone coming at you, just put some power behind it. Maybe throw it right at KD, like right above him, if possible. And maybe you get a juicy rebound. A smart play here. So he gets the clear. And it's going to hit right into Spitzy. So when you're shooting, it's actually a really good idea to hit it right at someone, because then they can't use momentum to move the ball far. So it hits right at Spitzy. He knows that Spitzy's going to throw this left. He already starts turning left to predict where the ball is going to go. Very well done. Spitzy actually did a pretty good clear there by getting it up in the air towards the wall. So all that Nico can do is throw it up the wall. He tries to throw it in front, which is pretty smart. Like, while Spitzy's a little out of it still, just try and throw it up front. Like, those won't work all the time, but you might get a panic rebound from it. And this, he gets the goal. Not the best goal in the world. He kind of aerials a little too high. He just had to go to the side more, like forward more. But he keeps up with it and gets the shot on the way down. Interesting play. But he kept boosting a little bit during his roll, and that helped him keep up his speed there to get the goal. And that's just a good... see, this is a really good clear by Deagle. So a lot of times, if you want to wait for the ball to bounce to get these side clears, but sometimes you just don't have time for that. So if you get right underneath it and get that flip on it, you got a lot of height and set it up for Nico, and Katie couldn't do much about it. So great clear there by Deagle. And that's really what this game's all about, really, just clears. Like, if you can get monster clears and then, like, have somewhat of a decent shot, like, you're going to perform really, really well. Especially, like, trying to get to just champion. You can probably get, like, if you work on your defensive clears and threes, like, plays will start happening for you on the offensive side because of your monster clears. Of course, right now it's harder to get the champion than later in the season, so we'll see how it goes. But, yeah. Alright, here's going to be a monster clear. No, not the best clear in the world. So this one you really... So this is what I'm talking about. Like, these have to be monster clears. Like, that should be a shot. To be fair, like, this should definitely be a shot. Beardy's at midfield. He has to turn around. These are the ones that you want to connect with really, really well. He just angles wrong. He thinks the ball's going a little slower than it is, so he has to make up for it with the side roll here. And the side roll puts... Actually, the diagonal roll puts a little bit less power on it. Doesn't get it as high as he wants, and Beardy can make the next play really easily instead of having the ball either on net or in the corners on orange side. So Beardy makes the next play. Pretty simple touch, but he does throw it right to Deagle. Almost worked. Deagle looked for the pass. It was close. Almost. Alright, good clear by Beardy. Again, he's not predicting ball speeds very well. Like, this ball's going really fast, and he tries to fly to it. Like, this is wide. From here, I could tell this is wide. And he's got to just predict a little bit better. Instead, he flies. He wastes all his boost to do nothing, basically. And then now he's coming up here with 0 boost. Still making some plays, though. This is a good play by Ravioli to tip it past the 1. And good follow-up by Nico, even when he has no boost. It's a good follow-up. When you're close enough to the ball, sometimes you have to keep going with it to help out your teammate. A little bit of a miss by Deagle. This is a risky play, this aerial. I probably wouldn't have went for it because he's pretty far away when Beardy makes contact. Actually, Beardy made contact a little bit later than I thought. It did work out for him, but this is super risky. I would probably just park myself in net once I see that miss. It was super awkward, but good D either way. He did block angles towards his goal, which is smart. Like, Beardy could have like sent it around him, but it wouldn't have went in. So good play there. I just would have not done that. My phone's ringing. I would have sat in net, but that's fine. This play, yeah, it's just a little poor. Again, Spitzy. This is tough. What I would do, like, instead of a side roll, he tries to side roll the ball out. Just double pop that off your head. Because if you double pop that, then it goes in your corner. It's high, and it's going to start bouncing in the middle, but it gives your teammates a lot more time to get back, and that's all you really care about there. Instead, he tried to side roll to make a different play, and those are going to be a lot weaker of hits. Because the ball actually hits him before he side rolls. And when this happens, you're kind of screwed at this point. Let's go 25. So we can see here, this is when you get screwed. When the ball hits you before you start, like, your momentum of your push. He jumps, but, like, yeah, the ball hits him and then he side rolls. That's what it kind of looks like. It's just a little bit weird. Didn't really work out for him. I would just double pop those. I love to double pop the ball to gain a lot of height. And when the ball's in the air really high, you have plenty more time to get back on defense. A little unfortunate. Like, it was a good dunk by Orange as well. And then their follow-up got it. But it's always a good idea to try and waste time. He probably just didn't notice KD, which is hard to notice that he was there. Just got to be careful. Of course, hindsight 2020 after the play, he probably thinks the same. This play is really unfortunate. He's trying to get back to net. He doesn't realize where his teammates are, which happens all the time. Look at that. Boom. Nailed him. Takes his goalie out of the play. Then the other guy has to come make a play here. Let's look at fly view here. Yeah, he just takes out Ravioli. Definitely Ravioli's ball. And that's just unfortunate. That happens sometimes on ball cam. Not much you can do about that. Just try and look out for your teammates. But at the same time, like, you're trying to keep your eyes on the ball. Maybe turn off ball cam real quick to see teammates. But you just hope that you miss them. Or you, like, bunny hop into net if you think your teammates might be in the way, just to avoid them. And looks like we're going to overtime. Let's see. Yep, ball drops. We're going to overtime. Here we go. Here we go. Good face off. Like, he loses it technically because it goes to the other side. All right, so generally, this is what I talk about on face-offs. You always want to win it away from where you started, because usually your teammates are going to go for those boosts on the opposite side of the field. So here, he tries to win it down the middle. When I would try and push it to the left, it looks like he might be trying to neutralize the face-off, but I generally just like to win it across my diagonal. That's usually where your team will be trending. Just not a bad clear there, or like pass. It just didn't get a ton of power. But again, like, if you roll it on their corner and then just wait for the defense to clear it, then you can get better shots that way. So it's not the worst idea in the world to just roll it around corners and then back off. Like here, he waits for that and gets an actual decent shot. It was just blocked. Here again, it's up the corner, just back up, let them make the first hit. Holy shit, that looked so weird. Like, honestly, you can't save this. It just looks incredibly weird. Almost turned into a goal for them. Nothing that you can do. That was a wonderful pass from Spitzy. Great pass to actually turn around this ball and get it off the wall, but no one's there. Some good D from the blue side, rotating through. Like, blue's rotated through pretty well throughout the game. This is a really poor hit. Extremely poor. This is what you never want to do. So this is why when the ball gets hit right at you, it's really hard to make plays. People get nervous and they want to hit the ball forward. You don't always have to hit the ball forward. Here, he's nervous because the ball's coming towards him. So he tries to drive to turn around so he can hit it forward. when all he had to do there was actually drive to the side. Like, drive up a little bit, like right here. Right here, all he has to do, turn a little bit, drive up to the right of the ball, and then side flip it right into your corner. Instead, he tries to do a little too much here. Like, he backs up and then doesn't turn enough. And really all you have to do is drive in front of this ball, like drive past it almost, and then side flip back into it. It seems dangerous at the time, but it's so much of a safer play. Luckily, the entire other team was line changing there. So, got pretty lucky there. It worked out for him. This is a good clear, high and to the other side of the field. They can't do anything with it. You see Beardy try to go for it, but again, like if that's on the ground, then Beardy has a shot. While if it's in the air, Beardy can't do anything with it. Always good to keep the ball high, whenever you can. Here, just a whiff. Again, like it seems like he's not predicting ball speeds very well. He keeps trying to catch up to a ball. It looks like he ran out of boost as well. Maybe that's why. And just like mispredicts the ball speed. This is a really good pass back though. He makes up for it here. He's like, oh crap, I missed it. And KD's like turning around and he sees Deagle. So he just side rolls it back, which is a fantastic play. Deagle with a monster clear because of the pass back, turns it into the goal. And that's just a solid pass back. Like, that's what you want to see like at this level. When you make a mistake, easily fix it. And plus pass backs are really good, guys. Just make sure they're soft and on the ground, just like Nico did there. So that was a solid play there. Overall, wasn't terrible. It was a lot of just ball prediction. He was really, really off on his ball prediction speeds, which was surprising. It could have just been this game, you know, like it happens to everyone. But just trying to fine-tune those aerials, try and air roll to get your backside on it. I know it's awkward as hell, and if you don't want to learn it, like you don't have to. I'm just saying that would help. Personally, I don't do it either, and I should. But he could have had a couple more chances if he would have done a double pop into a backwards aerial, but besides that, like rotational wise, it was pretty good throughout the entire game. Just a couple panicky moments as well, but that can be tidied up pretty quickly. But yeah, then also like monster clears, like you need the monster clears. It can't have those poor hits when you're trying to clear the ball when you're wide open, no one's around you. But that'll do it for this replay analysis, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Nico, for the Patreon support, and we'll see you next time, guys. Later.